My father, I have a confession. Yes, my son. Lately, I have not been able to make YouTube videos because I have no thoughts whom I should put in them. Very understandable. Do you make a script for this? No, I don't use a script. But another opinion I've been having is whenever I share one of my own opinions, everyone's gonna get controversial about it. So that's why I don't make a lot of videos. So you feel what took you long to gain? 20 subscribers. Yes, very much. Do you think it's best we put this fear to rest by sharing an opinion that you've kept hidden? I don't know, I've already done that with The Lion King, but I might try it again, but this time on a movie I like. Very well. Please, tell us your opinion. Okay, but first, let me go into some backstory. Who remembers this movie right here? Probably no one. All people care about is TikTok and Fortnite. No. None of that. So, if you don't mind, please allow me to educate these kids on one of the best movies ever of this franchise. They're all good, okay?
Some people say that fairies are the stuff of fantasy.
So we start this movie off with them explaining that fairies may or may not be real. Yeah, this isn't like some major setup like in Infinity War.
Throughout all time, human beings and fairies never met till one very special summer that we shall not soon forget.
The day Disney decided to make live-action movies. Then we get to the intro of the movie, which I gotta say, most people have been saying this is why they come back to these movies, because of the music. And I can understand why. It's good. It's pretty much a blast to listen to every time. And I've listened to it every time it's on my Spotify playlist. That.
Hiya, cheese!
I have my bath of billions of dollars! Uh-huh! We then get introduced to Fairy Camp, which, why? Can we just keep it in Pixieville? I mean, this serves no purpose that they're on a camp trip. It's just so they have an excuse to be near a human house, but couldn't they make it that a human house is near Pixieville? I mean, seriously, what the heck? We then have a compilation of seeing everything that Tinkerbell has helped with due to her tinkering ability. Well done, you get a medal.
Gotta go deliver pixie dust to the other fairy camps.
Never really thought about this, but is pixie dust a drug? It makes you fly? Why am I questioning Peter Pan logic?
I need to go find some lost things.
Hold on, little Miss Sparepart. Hold on.
There's a human house?
No.
Oh, Iridessa.
No.
Tinkerbell knows that.
No.
Don't you?
No.
Define stay away.
No. Ugh. It's gonna be a long summer. No.
Now this is a cute little scene, because it kind of gets the characters' personalities across the board, and what they like to do in their spare time. So I guess the intro song already did that. Shortly after, a car arrives into the park, into the human house. And Tinkerbell is so excited to see what's in there, but if this was my house, then you would not be surprised in my room.
Tinkerbell. No.
So at the start of this movie, they kind of emphasize how bad the house is, so you can really think that maybe they're gonna go for a scary design with it, right?
No.
This house just looks like a normal cottage. Need I remind you that in the first movie, Tinkerbell went into a city, and they're scared of this cottage?
Are you kidding me?
Dramatic music calls for looking in a car. Oh yeah, I forgot that exists.
Vidya, this is amazing. It's a carriage that moves by itself.
I literally have no choice but to use the same joke. Crap, rock, roll.
And do you want to know how it works?
Not really.
Too f***ing easy, eh?
No.
Now this is a cute little scene right here. Tinkerbell tries to find out how this cars work while Emo Girl here tries to stop her. Shut up, clock! So we find out that this family of a daughter and a father Geez, what happened to the mother? Oh wait, this was a Disney movie. Okay, it makes more sense actually. So it turns out that this father is really big into business. Like he works at a museum and has to leave his daughter for what G's original guy. So we then partake in a scene of me walking home with my little sister. And whilst that's happening, the little girl builds a house for fairies because she believes in them.
The bucks I'll make selling them in Gotham!
No! Tell something more.
What are you doing here? We then partake in a 2-hour lecture being put into a sentence.
Maybe if you spent less time causing disasters, you wouldn't have to help everybody so much. The truth hurts, doesn't it?
Look!
No!
So then they find all these buttons which lead them to the one and only house built by humans for fairies. And I have to say, why is Vivian being the only one logical here? Tinkerbell is a tinkerer. Why is she falling for this trap? I do not know. However, she gets her lesson learned afterwards.
Not so safe now, is it?
Never mind, Tinkerbell learned nothing. You just shut the door.
Are you kidding me?
Oh no. The door is stuck! No!
So then Tinkerbell gets captured by the human... I don't remember her name.
Vidya? Vidya!
The name is Nightwolf.
Okay, that's the last time I bring this game into the... I can't promise that. So yeah, I'm kind of being nice to this movie. But I have one problem with this. The middle section is boring. Don't get me wrong, I do like what happens with Tinkerbell trying to solve the family dynamic problems. And, of course, we have the best characters and these girl fairies going off to save a Rapunzel because it's raining. For the rest of the movie, but what the hell. In fact, I don't really want to review it because it's kind of simple. She teaches the girl, and they get to learn stuff to help their father out. They learn from each other via the Ratatouille way, with just one of them talking, not the other, not both. I like this idea. In fact, this kind of sets it better than B-Movie. I take that back. The other fairies are on a boat, which, yeah, it's kind of lazy that it's raining a lot and they can't fly. But this is kind of the point of the movie I don't like. It's there for action moments, and it's kind of disappointing since we're not focusing enough on the primary part of the movie, the relationship between the human and fairy. This kind of provides an idea. At the beginning of the movie, a butterfly flew away with its wings messy, and the father of the girl found it. What if that butterfly escaped, and then went back to the village, and then the father found the fairies, and then all the fairies were captured, and it was up for Tinkerbell to save them? Now you may find this bad, but it would provide a great idea. The movie is called The Great Fairy Rescue, and I doubt saving this fairy would just become a great mission, but if it was saving almost every fairy, that would be a great mission. It would also allow us to have more time and allow the girl to interact with different fairies, all the different fairies, like Tinkerbell's friends. It would also replace all the boat scenes and allow the movie to not focus on action, but instead interactivity. Again, like Ratatouille. But no, we had the boat scenes. Not that I have a problem with them, it's just that I feel like there was more room for improvement. Now, I'm going to skip to the climax of this point because, well, a lot of stuff happens that just kind of sad and annoying to watch. The reveal scene of the girl liking fairies, her flying, and yeah. So this climax involves Violet, or whatever her name is, getting kidnapped by the father, and the father wants to go show it to the museum. And the fairies are the only ones who can save them. So they get the girl up and dressed and they go flying. This is a beautiful scene right here. The girl flying through and enjoying one of her greatest dreams while dressed as Georgie. All jokes aside, throughout most of the film, let's talk about the colors real quick. The first bit of the film was bright because nothing's happened yet. And then when Tinkerbell got kidnapped, it went dark for a bit. Throughout all the boat scenes, it's always grey, emphasizing how scared they are about trying to find Tinkerbell and if she's still alive. But then we have the Tinkerbell scenes, which are kind of brighter, but then we get later on in the movie, they fly above the storm, and the colors represent how happy she is that she gets to fly with a fairy for the first time. This is amazing, guys. Why isn't this considered a good movie? Tinkerbell then breaks into the car and starts messing around with it. What a douche. The car then breaks down and now the father has to walk all the way to the museum. It's right there. But before he goes in, the last hope in his life, his favorite daughter, his only daughter, comes to him with her dreams of being able to fly with a fairy. And the father then believes in fairies. This is one of the greatest moments because throughout all the film, the dad was trying to tell her that the fairies aren't real and she has to move on to real science. But now he sees them and believes and knows that she is right. And then they get a tea scene. And then the movie ends. My son, you are absolutely a terrible critic. But perhaps you are right. Maybe this movie is very good. I know I'm not a good critic, but I can get better. And so, I'm hoping to start out with this movie, reviewing it. Maybe more people will start watching it. Maybe it's nostalgia that makes me like it. Maybe it's because it's beautiful in some points. Maybe it's because this movie was put thought into. Maybe it's because this movie deserves to be good. Maybe it's because Tinkerbell is a legend that will be remembered. Perhaps maybe you're right. But there is one thing we need to note. To get this movie popular, we need more people to mention it. All of them.